Mistresses of Beauty. I'm Stephanie Swayze.
And I'm Kim Kadali. Today we're here at Farmers Optical with Dr. Barbara Coldiron. In our recent eye doctor visit, we realized how much we didn't know on why we need to protect our eyes from the sun. So Dr. Barbara, if you want to show us why we need to wear sunglasses.
Thank you. I'm an optometrist, and we're going to be talking about the sun and your eyes and how to protect your eyes. Light goes through the lens inside the back of the eye, and when the sun hits that lens, it can get cloudy, and that's a cataract. And cataracts can look different. They can be really dark and dense, or they can be just kind of small, but depending on where they are, it can block the light and scatter it, and you can't see well. So that's one thing that sun can do, and we need to protect it. Also, the light goes all the way to the back of the eye, and that's where you see. That's the retina. This is your central vision, and all of the rest of this is your peripheral vision. That's the optic nerve where it goes back to the eye. And so you can have damage to the retina as well from sun. And you can have small little freckles like this, which is called a coronal nevus, which is usually not any big deal. It's kind of like a freckle or mole on the skin. It's from sun. But sometimes they can become malignant, just like you can have skin cancer, you can have retina cancer, and this is a tumor there. Okay? And then the other thing that you can have is macular degeneration. And there's 4 risk factors for macular degeneration, but ultraviolet light exposure is one of the risk factors. There's both dry and wet macular degeneration. There's no treatment for dry macular degeneration, and there's no cure for wet macular degeneration, though there are some treatments for that, and that keeps it under control. But the main thing that you need to do is to stop smoking if you're smoking, protect your eyes from ultraviolet light, eat lots of vegetables, green leafy vegetables and berries, and less meats and fats.
And what is the difference between wet and dry macular degeneration?
So it's kind of a continuum. Dry macular degeneration starts first. So you think of those cells that are taking up nutrition, and then they're processing it and they're pushing out the waste. Mm-hmm. This is the waste not getting flushed away. So the circulation is not as good as we want it to be. But then as those cells, the blood vessels get more sick, they start leaking fluid. And wet macular degeneration is where the fluid is swelling up inside the retina and in the macula area, and it damages it really badly. And until we had the treatments for it, people were going blind within about 5 years.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Great information. What can we do to prevent this from happening?
So there's 4 risk factors. Family history is one of them. You don't have any control over that. If you've got a family history for it, and they're working on genetic markers to kind of check on that and see if we can find out if you're susceptible to it. But if you're smoking, you have to stop. Okay?
No smoking, guys.
It's the 21st century. You know better.
Smoking anymore.
You don't
Exactly. And then ultraviolet protection. And so that can be either clear lenses in your prescription, or it can be sunglass lenses. But it's the invisible end of the spectrum, and so it does not have to be a dark lens in order to protect your eyes from sunlight.
Oh, wow. Very good to know.
Didn't even know that. Because you think darker is better and you think bigger is better. But
Right, yeah. So it can actually be clear. So the darkness of the lens is really more a matter of your personal preference. How sensitive are you to the light? The darker the sunglass needs to be. Polarized lenses are really nice because they block reflected light. So light's coming from the sun, lots of different orientations, but it's the ones that bounce off of the car windshield, the sidewalk, the sand, those in the water.
wow.
Those block the light and cause a lot of glare, and so polarized lenses will block this light here and leave the rest there.
Do other sunglasses block is it the peripheral light or the reflective light? Or does it have to be polarized?
It has to be polarized for the reflective light. All the others are just doing them all equally, just kind of dimming it down.
Wow, I didn't know that. So what about those vitamins they have for the eyes? Would that help prevent macular degeneration or cataracts?
They can help with macular degeneration, but they're just trying to take the place of good diet. So if you're eating lots of green leafy vegetables, if you're eating lots of variety of vegetables, lots of berries, you're going to get all the nutrition that's in those vitamins. There have been some studies that show that once you have macular degeneration, taking those vitamins does help because it is cumulative over a lifetime. Just like the ultraviolet light is cumulative over a lifetime, by the time you've gotten here, it's a little too late to stop what's going on. You have to kind of stop it here when you're young. Okay?
So it's important to protect your eyes now and have a good diet now and quit smoking now to prevent this later.
Exactly. When you're looking at sunglasses, you can't know whether it's got ultraviolet protection without looking at the label. Okay, and then there's UVA and UVB, and the one that's got UVB on it is going to have more protection than just the UVA.
Okay, so UVB has more protection.
Right. Polarized lenses, you can kind of test them out. They should say on the package whether they're polarized or not. But if they don't, you can get your phone and kind of look through them and turn it like this because phones are polarized as well.
Oh.
Interesting.
And also your radio controller is usually polarized. And
so what would you see if you point it to your phone?
If you turn it just the right way, it kind of disappears. The screen disappears.
Oh, well, there you go. So test out your glasses on your phone, guys.
I brought in a bunch of my sunglasses, you guys, just because you mentioned it's not just the size of the sunglasses. They could be big, they could be small. It's something about the wraparound. So I brought a number of sunglasses for my own selfish purposes. So I don't know if you're okay demonstrating.
Mm-hmm. Kim, why don't you come in just a little closer and put those on. Okay, so yeah, you want to get past the sunglasses and get into your eyes there because a lot of cataracts will have bottom of the lens because that's where the sun is coming in there. And you've got a little bit of wrap here so that you can see, raise your chin. You can see that the sun can't get around very well there. Some of these have a little bit more wrap than the others. Let's try these. Okay. Yeah, so, and this also has a larger temple, so that blocks some of that light there.
So wider is kind of better, or?
Well, not too wide because then you can have big gaps there. So it needs to kind of hit your temple right here. So that's a good, you want it to gap here and then touch here. And if you got it too wide, then it doesn't touch until you've got it way back there, and then the glasses slide down on your nose. Also, notice how this fits on your nose. It follows the contour of your nose, and if you've got one that's not fitting well, it's going to pinch, and then it's going to cause you them to slide down as well.
What about the aviator sunglasses where they have the little nose grips? What do you think about those?
They're fine. You also want to make sure that they don't sit too far out. The nose pads, what they do is they allow us to customize the fit on the nose, and so it fits more variety of noses. Whereas these sunglasses are going to fit people with just certain kinds of noses, and they're not going to fit somebody who's got a wide nose or a too narrow nose. Okay, whereas nose pads, you can adjust them however you want to do that.
So make sure your sunglasses are fitting correctly.
Oh.
So for these wouldn't be that great just because they're not solid on the sides.
It's far enough back before the sun hits
that it'll be okay.
It's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so these have enough wrap around.
Right.
Okay.
Now notice that that's a little tighter on the nose. Notice that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's pinching right there.
So that's a good thing.
It's not a good thing. The others were fitting better.
Oh.
Yeah, the others were fitting.
Okay, so if it's pinching too much, it's not good.
Right. Let's see that one. That one's also got a very narrow nose.
And some of these are very inexpensive, which I wear at the pool.
So that one, the nose is kind of floating above a little bit.
Right. Yeah. So it's hitting back there and gapping at the top.
So it's too close.
So these would not be good to wear to the pool.
They would not be good to wear for long periods of time because they'll be uncomfortable on your nose. Maybe at the pool is a better place because you're going to be taking them off and on going swimming.
It's mainly a comfort issue, though.
It's a comfort issue.
Right.
Okay, but it has enough wraparound and it has enough coverage.
Mm-hmm. It does. All right, so let's look at these. This one's got a wider nose bridge there, but it's not too wide at all. So that's a good fit.
That's a good fit.
Yeah, and it's nice and close to the face there and on the cheeks as well. There.
Yeah, they're not pushing down.
Good fit. Yeah, you got some good ones. You want to see the last two?
Sure.
Okay.
They're all about the same size, relatively.
Yeah, they all look about comparable.
And like you said, it's not the size of the lens; it's the it's what it's made of.
So it's the wraparound and how it fits on the nose
and how close it fits there. See, now this one goes well above the brow, And so it's got more height than you need, but it's not too high. And the last one.
And I always buy mine big because I thought the bigger, the better.
And that one again has got a little bit too tight on the nose there, but it's definitely protecting the eyes from the ultraviolet light.
But if you have any questions about your sunglasses, take them to your eye doctor so that they can let you know if they passed the test, to make sure they have a good wraparound and make sure that they're safe to wear to protect your eyes from cataracts and macular degeneration.
Yeah, it's always good to bring all your glasses with you when you get your eyes examined so that the doctor can look at them and make sure that they're fitting well.
Well, this has been so informative for us. Really hope that you guys got a lot of information out of this video today. Thank you so much for
You're very welcome.
all of your time and all this information. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below.
Yeah, if you have any questions for Dr. Barbara, whether it's makeup, any concerns for the eye, if you're doing anything properly and improperly, we have Dr. Barbara here who's willing to work with us and join us on our show for future segments. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we look forward to your questions and we look forward to answering them for you.
Yeah, check out your sunglasses. Make sure they're up to par, everybody.
And thank you for watching.
All right, thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day.
Bye.